This is Dr. Anita with another diamond moment. Diamonds are produced by time, heat, and pressure. The cut, clarity, and size of the diamond will determine its use. The use of the stone adds to its value. What pressure have you been under? What is the cut of your personality? Do you have a clear perspective of who you are? And does that perspective line up with where you want to go? How you use your gift determines its worth. And if you are a diamond, it's time to redefine the previous steps of your process. In our last episode, we began to go over the top 10 things that stop your success. And I want to continue on that today. For a really brief review, we looked at getting out of a 9-to-5 mentality. You can't accomplish anything if you're looking at your start and stop time being the end-all be-all. You have to remove that way of thinking in order to accomplish specifically from an entrepreneurial perspective. You must remove the 9-to-5 mentality. You have to stop looking at things where the clock is involved and begin to reassess your challenges in terms of projects. I need to complete this project. I need to do this thing. Then my next project will be this, and I'll move forward on that. So if you look at it in terms of projects, you're able to move forward much more quickly than if you're looking at the clock and figuring out what time it is, and when do I stop to eat, and when do I stop to do this, and when do I stop to do that. We talked about being proactive rather than reactive. We talked about getting in front of a situation, not bringing up the rear. To be proactive means that you are leading the way. To be reactive means that the way is leading you and you are consistently answering questions instead of presenting your goals. We talked about telling people what you think they want to hear and then not following through. We talked about not reinventing the wheel, about the fact that in order to make yourself stand up above the crowd, you need to be 10% better or 10% different from your competitors. So you don't have to reinvent the entire wheel. You just need to look at the difficulties and answer those problems, and then make that which makes you 10% better. We talked about being reliable, saying exactly what you can do, not what you think someone wants to hear. And when you say what you can do, to do it. We talked about doing your homework, and that's whether it's from the product or service that you want to provide, or that you're looking at the lives of other people who have gone before you and done what you want to do. If you do your homework, you're able to see that where you are is not unusual, that maybe the struggles that you're having right now as you move forward in your goal, dream, and desire is exactly where you need to be. That other people who came before you said the same things at the same phase of their development, and yet they found a way to overcome the challenges. If they can find a way to overcome the challenges, so can you. We talked about limiting God. And this little piece I didn't add last time, but it's formulating your dream so small until you're sure you can do it, as opposed to allowing God to give you a dream that together you can do it. There's nothing that will affect our society in a way that a dream that's bigger than you can do. And when you are willing to do what no one else has done with God's help, you can actually make inroads on the society that we live in today. We talked about how these things can stop or hinder your success. So I want to move forward, and I want us to look at fear. Stop being afraid. People are afraid of everything. They're afraid of somebody else stopping them. They're afraid of quote unquote the devil. They're afraid of the new things that are taking place. They're afraid of witches. They're afraid of whatever. And what I would say to you is to stop being afraid. And you know what? Even if you are afraid, do it afraid. Move forward in your dream and don't allow anything or anyone to stop you in that dream. Fear is a stopping point. If we look at this from a spiritual perspective, then we understand that the things that we don't challenge will continue to be a stumbling block. We must challenge the things that we're fearful of in order to overcome them. Once we overcome them, they're no longer something to be feared. We can use those things that once stopped us as a stepping stone to reach the next height, the next level that we'd like to reach. The next thing that can stop you on your way to success is that you don't plan. You just fly by the seat of your pants. Well, you know, Dr. Anita, I had a feeling and I just hopped up and did it. And now I've run across this. I've encountered this. Well, you didn't plan, because had you planned, you would have planned your work and then worked your plan. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Plan your work. Know what you're going to do. Go to bed knowing what you plan to accomplish the following day. While you're sleeping, as the creator interacts with you while you're still and quiet and not interfering and not standing in the way, you can be directed at what you need to do, the way that you need to do it. Maybe to rearrange some things, or do this first and then do the other thing. But you have to have something there in order for the creator to guide you along. I hope that as we said before, that the concepts and the ideas that you have been given to you, that you didn't just make up something. Because the easiest way to fail is to look with greed at what someone else is doing and then decide, oh, that's easy, I can do that. And then you find out the reality that it's not that easy, that many times the anointing that the creator gives you makes something that's very difficult look easy, because you're not going in your own strength and power. You're going in the strength and power, understanding and knowledge of that which is greater than you. I'll tell you a really good example of that, and it's to be able to sing. You know, so many people feel as though they're singing in the bathroom and it sounds good to them, and then they come out and record it and it sounds nothing like that. So you say, well, the song was so easy and so did it. They made it sound great. And then you understand that the gift and the anointing that person had, that you thought you could just imitate and do, is not as simple as what it looks like. It's not as easy as what it looks like. And everyone cannot do that. So we want to plan what we do, but understand that it is God that gives us the ability to accomplish those things. The next thing that I want you to think about is controlling your own narrative. Tell your own story. Maybe you started out and had a difficult journey along the way. Maybe you made some mistakes. Maybe you're dealing with the consequences of those mistakes. You don't have to allow someone to give your story. You can give your own story. You can help people to understand what the backstory is, how you got to where you are, and tell your own story. You only have one time to make a first impression. So when you come forward to someone, they need to see who you are now. You can explain to them where you were and what happened to you, but all they can see in you is what you present to them at this time. So no matter what they've heard from someone else, what they see in you actually determines your story. Control your own narrative. Tell your own story, because you only have one time to make a first impression. The next thing that can stop your success is that you don't know your enemy. What do you mean by that, Dr. Anita? Are you your own enemy? Are you the person that through your self-talk talks you out of your success? Are you the person who has become so pessimistic that they are not able to be optimistic enough to walk into their own future? Are you that person? It may not be someone else who's pulling you down. Maybe it's you. I talked to someone recently regarding what they term as vibrations, okay? And when we realize that we're spiritual beings, we realize that everything that has been created is made up of neurons and electrons and all of those type things, the scientific stuff. And I'm not going to go into that, but it is in movement. It's in flux. Even the things that appear to be, they're vibrating, they're moving. And as individuals, we are vibrating and moving as well. That which we vibrate has a magnetic pull to it, and it attracts. When they're talking about the law of attraction, it attracts to you what you are seeing in your life. If you're not attracting something positive, then it's highly possible that you're vibrating at the level of the negative. That you may be the problem with why you're not receiving the things that you want, or the things that are important to you, or the things that move you forward to your goal. It may be because the things that you have encountered in life have reduced that vibration that will pull to you that you want, that vibration that says, I can do all things through my God who strengthens me. That maybe you're vibrating at a place in life that's too low for where you need to be. You have to be careful about what you're telling yourself. Again, stop having problems. Problems are what you get rid of, but challenges can be overcome. A puzzle is a challenge, but with effort, you can put that puzzle together. Reframe your perspective. If you're afraid, then look at it as excitement. I'm excited about the next thing that I'm going to do. Not that I'm afraid, because fear will stop you, but excitement will propel you and move you forward. If you're afraid, do it anyway. Don't worry about the fear. Do it anyway. Think things through and listen carefully for the plan on moving you forward. Think everything through. Plan your work and work your plan. You will hear the answer to your dilemma, to your issue or challenge. Wait doesn't mean no, it just means wait. Listen, but plan your work and work your plan. If you do not plan, then you plan to fail. When I say that wait doesn't mean no, it just means wait, what I'm saying is that it may not be the time for you to move forward. You have to listen with your inner man to know when that time comes, and then you'll be able to get in the rhythm of what you'd like to do. Think double dutch. You have to mark your time before you jump in, because when you jump in, it's going to be time for ongoing movement. You can do this. You have the ability to make your dreams come true. Thank you for listening, and join me next time as we redefine the previous steps of your process. Never forget, becoming is a process. A process has stages. One small change changes everything. So invest in yourself. Please visit my website at www.DrAnitaMc.com. That's DrAnitaMc.com for links and additional information. And please rate the podcast if you're enjoying it.